Your company's AI chatbot is giving you wrong answers to your customers right now, and nobody on your team is going to tell you because they're the ones routing around it. I've seen this from inside at company after company. The chatbot goes live, leadership celebrates, and then quietly within weeks, employees start telling customers just to email instead or call. Support tickets don't go down, they go up because now customers are frustrated by the bot and still need a human. So here's what nobody in your organization is going to tell you. It's not that your AI doesn't work. It's the way that your chatbot was built was wrong from day one. There's a completely different architecture that fixes every single one of these problems. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what it is, why it works, and what you should look like for your business. I'm Amadou. I build RAG-powered AI agents for companies, the kind that actually know your data, respect your security model, and don't make things up. And most of my clients come to me after their chatbot already embarrassed them. So let's make sure that's not you. So here's how it usually goes. A company decides they need AI, customer support is typically overwhelmed, internal documents are a mess, the team spending too many hours answering the same question over and over, which makes a lot of sense, right? So usually someone in IT or ops picks a chatbot platform. They set it up, connect it to a few things, leadership does a demo, and everyone's typically excited at that point. And then it goes live. Within the first couple of weeks, people start noticing things. The bot gives an answer about maybe a return policy that changed 6 months ago. A customer asks about a specific product and gets a response that sounds like it was written by someone who's never seen the product. An employee asks about PTO policy, and then the bot confidently gives them the wrong answer, wrong number of days, things like that, right? And here's the part nobody talks about. The support team starts routing around the chatbot. They tell customers to just email or call directly. Employees learn to ignore it and go back to Slack or Teams or just asking their manager. The chatbot is still live, it's on the website, but everyone knows it doesn't actually work. And the worst part, it's not just useless, it's actively eroding trust. Every wrong answer your chatbot gives is a moment where a customer or an employee thinks that these guys don't have their act together. That's not a neutral outcome, that's damage. So why does it keep happening? It's not because AI is bad. It's not because the team picked the wrong vendor. It's because how traditional chatbots are built. Most chatbots are basically a prompt sitting on top of a language model. That's it. The model is trained on general internet data. Maybe some of your FAQ content got pasted during setup, but it has no live connection to your actual business data. It doesn't know what changed in your pricing last Tuesday. It doesn't know your compliance team updated the employee handbook last month. It doesn't know about the product your customer is asking about, which was discontinued 2 weeks ago. It's generating answers based on whatever it absorbed during training, which means it's guessing confidently, which is terrible. And that confident guessing is what gets companies in trouble. Now multiply that across an enterprise. You've got tens of thousands of documents spread across SharePoint, Confluence, Google Drive, Zendesk, and maybe some legacy systems no one touches. Your chatbot knows exactly none of it. And it gets worse in regulated industries. If you're in healthcare, finance, legal, you can't have AI giving answers it can't back up with a source. You need to know where the answer came from. You need an audit trail. A traditional chatbot doesn't give you any of that. So when people say AI doesn't work for our company, that's almost never true. What's true is that the architecture they use doesn't work for their company. There's a big, big difference and distinction between both of those. You didn't deploy AI, you deployed autocomplete with a chat interface, and autocomplete doesn't know your business. All right, so what actually works? This is where RAG comes in, retrieval augmented generation. And I know that sounds technical, but the concept is very simple. Instead of guessing, a RAG agent looks things up first. When someone asks a question, the agent searches your actual documents, your knowledge base, your policies, product data, whatever you've connected to it. It finds the most relevant information and then builds a response grounded in what it found. It's the difference between asking someone who read about your company once 3 years ago and asking someone who has the entire company wiki open in front of them right now. And the way that this changes things in practice is significant. So, same company, same tens and thousands of documents across SharePoint, Confluence, Zendesk. But now, when a customer asks about a product, the RAG agent searches across all the sources, finds the three most relevant passages, and responds with the actual answer, citing exactly where it came from. If pricing changed last Tuesday, the agent knows because it's retrieving from a live document, not from training data that was 6 months or is stale. If an employee asks about PTO, the agent pulls the current version of the handbook, not the one that was current when the model was trained. But here's where it really matters for enterprise. Three things. One, access controls. A RAG agent can be built so it only retrieves documents that the person asking it is authorized to see. Your sales team doesn't accidentally surface HR only documents through the AI. Your interns don't pull up board level financial data. The permissions you already have in place, they carry over into the AI. Two, audit trails. Every answer a RAG agent gives is traceable. You can see what documents were retrieved, what text was used, and how the response was actually generated. If you're in a regulated industry, this isn't optional. This is how you stay compliant. Three, freshness. When your documents update, the agent knows. There's no retraining cycle, no waiting weeks for a model to catch up. The retrieval layer stays current because it's reading from your live data. Companies using this approach are seeing hallucinations drop 70 to 90% and efficiency gains up to 30 to 70% on knowledge heavy workflows. Those aren't theoretical numbers. That's what happens when your AI actually knows your business. So here's the thing. Right now, there's a divide forming between companies that deployed a chatbot and called it done, and companies that are building AI agents grounding in their actual data. And that gap is about to get a lot wider because companies that get this right aren't just answering questions faster, they're building institutional knowledge into a system that gets smarter as their data grows. Their AI becomes an asset, not a liability. The companies that don't, they're training their people to distrust AI, and that's a much harder problem to fix later. The question isn't whether your company needs this. The question is whether you're going to be the one who brings it up in the next leadership meeting or the one who gets asked why you did it. All right, I want to hear from you. If your company has a chatbot that's been quietly embarrassing you, drop a comment. Tell me the worst answer it's ever given. And if you're watching this thinking, yeah, that's us, I run a free AI system strategy call where we look at your specific situation and map out where a RAG powered agent would actually look like for your business. We'll talk about your data, your systems, your requirements, and figure out the right first move. No pitch, no pressure, just a clear plan. Link to book is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.